Testing 1 2 1 2. Testing. Okay, good. Sound, I think that everybody should be able to hear me. Um, Welcome. This is Tier 1 CDR Racing League. So let's get going. The countdown has started. We are now at 24 seconds before we get going today. Let me start looking at some stats so that while the screen takes its time to load, it can give you guys some references for the current standings. So let's start with the constructors standings. No bias at all here. AlphaTauri is leading, uh, 439 points. Then we have Alfa Romeo behind on 410 points. They definitely made a comeback over the past couple of weeks to get back up to get to P2. Then we have Williams with 403. And in the Drivers' Champion standings, we currently have Pink Eye Penguin with 197 points, which is crazy considering that the second place is 102 points, which suggests that Pink Eye is almost twice as many points as second place, which is Bruges at 94, and then third place we have Scotty 123081 in the Red Bull, closely followed by Sociopath in with 91 points. So needless to say, Tier 1 is competitive from P2 down. Yeah, so we're here at the Circuit de Barcelona, I believe it's called, in Spain. And this is where the guys will be going around. Actually, let me use my controller instead of my wheel. That should make life a lot easier to navigate. And excuse me if my fan is getting into the microphone. It's very, very hot. Barbados says we're going through a heat wave. So, yeah, the fan is needed. Very, very, very much needed. Can anybody give an indication of the weather, please? Okay, thank you so much. So far, it seems like it's going to be a wet race. Not sure if that also translates to the qualifying as well, but currently it looks pretty dry. Let me try to get on board with what is going on track. Who is out? Currently have Albi, who is out. You see the first one? No. First one to cross the line will most likely be Chris from the Alfa Romeo. So we stay on board with Chris to see what he has going on. Yes, Dan has told me about having the this information. How do I get? Right. In the spectator menu. Yeah. Okay, so we're on board with Chris now as he enters into turn 1. Let's see what line he's going to take through here. As I go off again. Very close, so then he veers wide. Our braking carry as much speed as we can to the right-hander. Get back on traction. Brings it down, wait, be very patient, and then he gets back on throttle. And this very tricky uphill and bank left-hander. He went very wide there on that fast. I think that was turn 9. And there's three guys currently on the medium tires. I've heard many different reasons to this. You just got to get in the time. But I don't recall ever doing it simply because I don't think that my pace is fast enough that I can, be comfortable with a medium tire. Maybe if you're like just like 16 or 15 guys in the qualifying, maybe I would take a risk, but not under normal circumstances. And that is Christopher 1927. Let's see who's up next. We have Jay Trin. Let's see what time he's going to come through with. Well, he's also on the mediums. And he gives a 1:19.7. Let's see what Scotty gets. No, Scotty's on. No, he doesn't set a time. He's on Outlast. And Sarato F1, that was definitely some errors there made on those soft tires. And Chris has retired from the session. Did he crash out? Looks like it. There's an Alfa Romeo in sector 2. Let's go on board with the McLaren to see if we can get a good look at that before it goes. And let's find the Red Bull. There's a Red Bull. Let's see if it's disappeared. So that is Chris out. We have Audi with a 1:18.7. Well, technically a 1:18.8 on the start, so that's the current time to beat. Well, no, the current time to beat by IF Racing is 1:17.9. It's on board with 40. And the speed going to get something down, so this is not necessarily be a competitive time, but at least we have the time on the board. So on board with the McLaren of JJ Friend, still on the medium to see what he's able to improve, and doesn't look like it. I think that was the outlap. There's no starting his hot lap. We've got two Alpines that are very close to each other. They're helping each other out with the tour. They're both on the lap. This thing can really be the tour. Look very close to each other. At some point, he must be taking over. We have a very fast driver behind him. Very close to me. We don't want to be too close behind. Yeah, that makes sense. They go to the lab. I'm pretty sure Intel does not really cool in here. So in Q1. And let's stick on board and see what time he's able to put down. That's a 51.8 in the first two sectors. We'll see if that is too a competitive time or not. It's a lot of curb behind the right, so he definitely has lost time and he's gone wide. So yep, that's a lap screwed. Doesn't have enough ERS to go again. So we probably have to, take a rest from this particular lap and try again. Alright, let's see what's going on with the other guys in the field. We have Bruce 94 in the pit with a 1:18 dead, which I missed. We have Tom Taylor. It seems like he's got a purple sector 2. Let's see what he can do. It's looking like a pretty good time. And it's a 17.7, so he goes top of the table, knocking IF into Q2. It's still Q1, so we just need to get the top 15. So we don't need to have the most competitive time, we just need to have top 15 most competitive time. All right, let's go on board with someone else. Let's see. What is Scotty going to do? He's down up by 2 tenths. And he gets a 118.3. That, I think I coming back around again. Ah, he's into the pits. Not going to do it. What is this avatar going to do? It's definitely on. That is done. It's probably his outlap. Let's see what the next Alpine is carrier. It is a fresh set of softs. What time is he going to get? A 135. So a mistake must have happened somewhere. Let's go on board with Tom Taylor. He's diving into the pits. Let's see what the Mercedes Dan Rabico, who's now on the outlap, continue outlap. So we'll stay on board with him as he's now on stop. Let's see what he can do. Will he be able to take Tom Taylor? Well, there goes Cameron Porter with 17.7. So Team 17.7 is the time to beat. Can Don Rabico beat that? Now, listening to the YouTube mix, I'm hearing the game a lot lower than I'm hearing myself. So what I'll do is try to. And Don Rabico goes for a spin. That'll definitely ruin his lap. He did. He was lucky to not DNF in Q1. Yeah, I'm gonna try this. Give me 1 second. Let me try to find if there's a way to change the mix because the cars are very very loud. 7 minutes left in Q1, and the current top time is a 1:17.7 by Cameron Poulter. Currently out for sure is Chris and also Bosso. They have either both retired or DNF. We're on board now with Robico, who is up by 3,000 for the second. You can probably gain that by holding your breath. That's how negligible the three thousand for the second is, but it means that he's being consistent. So let's see what he does now in the next two-set race, because he has to gain a lot of time. He currently has a 135, which means he would have probably made his mistake in sector two because he's up like 15 seconds there in sector two. So let's see. That puts him currently at about a 120. Chances are he also went slowly through sector three because he knew his lap was through. So this could be a good time once he is able to hook up, and he looked pretty good through there. Let's see how he's going to take it to the line. This is looking like a very, very good time. And he gets a 117.9. So he's the newest member of the 117 club, which currently entails Cameron Porter, Tom Taylor, and Box 1907 joins us. Don Rabico as well and IF Racing 77 are the 5 exclusive members of the 117 club. Right now is in CDR Teir 1 at Spain. Oh, we have a new member, Joy has joined the party. He was not going to get left out there at all. on board with Carius. I was talking, they have my mic muted. Apologies. Kudos to those guys who becomes by themselves. You guys are the real champions for sure, no doubt. So let's see what Carius can do. He currently has a 125.6, and that's about 8 seconds off the course. So he's way off the 117 club right now. But let's see what he can do. Let's see if he'll get an invitation, if he'll accept and walk right through the door of the 117 club. You see how he's looking in sector 2. And he's up by 7 seconds. So that puts him in about 118.4 thereabouts. So if he can gain about 2-3 tenths in sector 2 over his previous fastest lap, and he's looking really good. He gets a bit too much curve there, but we'll see. It might still be a competitive time, and it's probably a 118.2 he's going to get, and it's a 118.1, so we barely missed the 117 club by 10. That little jiggle of the left wheel over the left sausage curve in the final chicane might have taken about 2 tenths out of his time right there. So at least he knows he has the pace to get into the 170 club. So with that time, he should be pretty safe. They say Chris is out, Ostrobos is out, King Luckman has yet to set a time. So most of the guys in the top 15 right now are all but safe for the most part. So some guys might stay out there and get some practice, while others may just go in the pit and retire because they know that they're good. This is King Luckman. Let's see what he can do. Tier 3 driver, and pretty high up in the Tier 3 championship as well. That looks a bit messy, so I'm not sure that he's going to be able to put a very competitive time here. But there are some guys in 119, and yeah, that's not going to be enough even out of Q3. Okay, so Carius is back out. It's a hot lap. Doesn't look like a very good start. Okay, let's see who's this. Let's back out. This is Dan, who looks to be on a hot lap. Sorry, out lap. Oh no, this is a hot lap. Let's see what Dan is able to do. Oh, and he's missed the 117 club by 17 thousandths of a second. You held your breath too long in the chicane, Dan. You just had to breathe a little more quickly, let that oxygen, that air out a bit more quickly, and you would have gone into the 117 club. We currently have 6 exclusive members, and there's only 34 seconds to go for anyone who wants to join that club. Let's see what they can do. See what they can do. We have Soratel, who is not in that club. Will he join it? Nope. And he is unable to get into the 117 club. We have Carriers. Doesn't look like he'll be able to join it, but maybe this is an outlap. Yes, it is, because he has about 70-something% ERS. But possibly made a mistake in his previous attempt, and just decided to recharge and go again. So let's see what he can do into turn 1 and 2. He carried a bit of speed through there, so that's looking good. Maybe he went a little too late there. So let's see how he handles this very tricky corner. You got to take a lot of speed that you can get back on throttle and lose it if you add too much throttle. This one here, you have to be very, very patient. Just got to wait for the car to straighten up. You can do some trail braking to help with that. And then it's fast, uphill left-hander. Back on the throttle quickly, and AF Racing has a 117.6. So he's not happy just being in the 117 club. He must be the top of the 117 club. see what can the Tigers do. Will he join the 117 club? And he doesn't. So that's the end of Q1 in CDR Tier 1 at Spain. And topping the times is IF Racing 77 in the Ferrari with a 117.6, followed by Cameron Porter with a 117.7, followed by Tom Taylor in third with a 117.7 as well. Boggs a 117.8. And J Doy a 117.9. Don Rabico, oh, he snuck in there. Somebody snuck in there. There were only 6 members of that club. But no, there's 7. Don Rabico with a 117.9 and Saratel F1 with a 117.9 as well. We'll be losing also King Luckwin and Chris, all of whom I believe are Tier 3 drivers. Yes. So Chris, King Luckwin, and also that's the end of their qualifying attempt right now. But at least they can say that in Tier 3 they're within the top 6 of the 20 drivers in Tier 3, with Chris in P6 in the Tier 3 championship, King Luckman in P4, and also Bosso in P3. So there are no slouches, but you know, the Tier 1 guys are the aliens of CDR. And we're into Q2, so the guys that made it into Q2 is Jedoy, Albi, Don Rabico, Scotty, IF Racing, Tom Taylor, CDR, No Fandango, Saratel F1 Box, Gutierrez LMD, CPL Pinkai, Colin, Cameron Porter, Rouge, and JJ Trimmer. First over the block, we have Cameron Porter, who's making no sport, soft tires on in his green Aston Martin, and he's getting those tires warmed up to get out there and set a lap, get it out of the way before chaos ensues. Let's get the information that we want to see up. And if there's anybody listening that's not doing anything and want to join me on comms, let me know. I'll send you guys an invite. Well, you must be a CDR member. You know, they have been vetted. We don't know for everyone out there. But thanks to the listeners that are currently viewing and supporting the channel CDR drivers. And Cameron Porter has lost it, so let's see who is the next person. The first person that'll cross the line, that'll be Scotty, who is on a lap. Okay, so maybe Terriers is the next person. Let's just scan through and see. Yeah, so I think Terriers may be the first person to cross the line. So let's see what time he's able to do in Q2. Weave in. The Paris have a purple sector because it's the only body that probably the first person that entered that sector without have accepted this menu. Will he get the ball rolling by getting into the 117 club? I don't think that's the case. And he starts the ball rolling with a 117.3. Let's see the time pour in. We got a 118, sorry, 18.3. We got a 118.5 by JJ Shrimp. Ping Kai with a 119.4. Then we have a Haas coming through. That's Bruce. Watson Bruce through. Bruce is a 118.2. So he set the pace right now. Let's see. The Ferrari's coming through. That's IF Racing. And he goes 117.8. So he has to re-enter the 117 club. He's making it known that that was not a one-time invitation. He's a lifetime member. And John 118.2. Let's see what the McLaren can do. Got Tom Taylor. Tom Taylor's coming through. What can Tom Taylor do? And he's in the 117 club, topping the table with a 117.7. Next up, we have the Red Bull of Scotty. Let's see what Scotty can do. He's done a 51.9 in sector 2. So let's see what he can do here. Will it be? And he's done a 118.2. That takes him to P4. Next to come through, we have a Mercedes. Let's see if they're on the hot lap. That's Don Radico. And this is looking like it will be a pretty good time. Let's see what he'll get. And he misses 170 club by just 1/10. Let's see, we have a Red Bull coming along, and that's the Red Bull of Sourdough F1. Definitely made a mistake somewhere. And decided to recharge because it started like with like 60-something percent ERS. We have a Haas. We're into the pit. Let's see if the AlphaTauri is on an out lap or an in lap. They're on an in lap. That's Ping Kai, and he's starting a lap with full ERS. Let's stay on board with Ping Kai and see how this goes. Currently, the fastest sector 1 is a 22 flat, which was done by Ping Kai. So definitely his previous lap. So let's see if he's able to match that. So he has a purple sector 1. Stuck on board with him. Let's see how he, from the outboard, how he takes this left-hander. A lot of curb on the left side, brushes the yellow sausage curb on the right, which means taking a lot of speed to there, using all the track, getting back on the lane. He's going to break about the 100-meter board. He actually breaks a little later than that, so he must be carrying a pretty high downforce car to break that late and still get it done. But then again, this is quali, so it's not full fuel vehicle. And this is looking good through the chicane. Gets back on throttle, keeps it tight to the right, go to the left, and not a very competitive time. So 118.7. So Ping Kai, even though he is thus far. We have Colin with 117.5, and I think that's been the fastest time so far in any of the 2 sessions, or 117.5. So let's see the Red Bull of Scotty. What can Scotty do? And he missed the 117 club by 60,000. Pretty sure there's a better way to say that. By a little bit. Yes. By a little bit. Let's see. This is the Alpine of Volks. And he's way over his time. He's probably just starting a lap. So let's stay on board with him. Let's see him start their break just before the 50-meter mark. Take as much speed as he can through the right-hander. Keep it pinned. And go. You keep it very tight through this right-hander so you don't spread too wide and lose too much time. And as we're speaking, Cameron Porter is saying to himself, that's 117. It's definitely general audience. So he's looking at a 116 as the VIP because that 117 is rapid. But we're still on board with Box. If we go through the left-hander, let's see how he does. Turn 9 here at Spain. And he lifts a tad bit, but not too much to take away too much speed. And he comes down to this corner and he breaks after the 100-meter board. He takes a decent set of curve and hooks it back round. He goes near here and he keeps it thin. He gets back on throttle. And he has a little slick correction, so definitely lost a little bit of time. Doesn't get the apex hit here and the entry to the chicane was perfect. But it still is possible that he could have a pretty competitive time despite those few mistakes. And there we go, a 1:17.5 by box. So we have five guys in the 1:17 club, and Cameron Porter is knocking on the door to the VIP section of this club, which is the guys in the 1:16. We have not have that person yet, but it seems like by the time the one time is finished, we'll have some exclusive guys in the 1:16 club. So currently at risk, we actually have Saratil F1. I'll be out, so there's no chance for him to get into Q3. Then we have Pink Eye P13. Then we have JJ Thrim in P12. Terriers in P11 and Rouge in P10, who is on the line to get through. But everyone below Bruges right now is out. They won't be able to get through to 3 unless they put in a more competitive time than they currently have on the charts at this very, very moment. And it looks like Cameron Porter has retired, so he's deciding to leave his attempt to get into the 1:16 club for Q1, or he binned it. I'm not sure which one, but I think that time should be suffice for him to get into Q3. As we binned it, I'm pretty sure, given that's a game, the mechanics will be able to get that started for him to get into Q3 and break. So we're on board now with Don Rabito. Let's see how we take this turn 9. He does a little bit of lift as well. He keeps at least 75% throttle going through there. Interesting to see how some guys do it differently, but then the lap times are still pretty similar. Obviously, due to setup changes and driver fuel, let's say using a controller, a wheel, so many different things to consider. And he misses that apex. Tad bit fits in nicely, and this is going to be a rapid time based on what I think. When he get it, no, he doesn't. He gets a 1:17.2 that gets into P2, so he's just below Cameron Porter. Let's see who else we have coming through. We have the half group, who is 6 minutes and 25. Oh no, 1:18.2. That time in there was very, very confusing. We have a McLaren of Tom Taylor. Let's see what Tom Taylor can do. This is going to also be a pretty competitive time. I think he's going to get into 1:17, 1:17.5. So 1:17.4. So Tom Taylor as well into the 1:17s. So another McLaren on track. Is that McLaren? That's JJ Prim. He currently has a 1:18.4. I believe he's going to go into the pits. He has no ERS left to start a new lap. We're on board with Sarato F1, who is on a hot lap. It's 4 times up, but definitely made a mess of that chicane. So I'm not sure that they're going to improve by much. They did by almost 5 tenths actually. So that takes them to P10, so they're on the chopping block. So they have enough time. Yes, we will have enough time to recharge from this outlap and try again. We have Dan, who's also on the brink of being eliminated, and he's P10 right now. So let's see what Dan can do on this outlap. Looking, he takes it a little too wide there. That's not the end of the world. There's still 3 sectors to go and many more corners. He's up by a tad bit, by half of a hundredth. And the Red Bull gets over the way nicely and lifts a tad bit. He goes through turn 9. He's coming up to turn 10. Very tricky corner if you don't get it right. You tend to want to carry a lot of speed. A lot of speed takes you very, very wide, which means it makes you take a lot more track than you need to. You use a lot of time. Let's see how Dan is going to shape up here. And a little squirrely, so definitely going to lose time. But is it going to be worse than the time he did before, or better? Let's see. Could be a little, and it's a 182, so he improves, but not by much. So that is certainly Dan out. Let's see, there's a half on track. That half is going into the pits. Let's see who is playing. Okay, so J-Doy, I think J-Doy would have messed up on track limits, so he is in P7 right now, so he's good stocky. Let's see what he can do. He's currently in P10, but he can't be comfortable there. He's definitely going to improve here for sure. And he gets a 117.7 and moves up to P8. Let's see what the Ferrari can do. And the Ferrari of IF Racing is up by 2 tenths currently. And he's in P9. What can he do? Is this a P1? He gets to the P2. Now let's go on board with Pinkai. Well, actually, no, there was another Alpine who was ahead of Pinkai, I believe. There's so much going on right now. I think that's it for Pinkai P11, definitely. Yeah, that might be it for everyone. Except Saratel. Saratel is out. And that's the end of Q2 at the Circuit de Catalonia, I think it's called. Actually, it was the Circuit de Barcelona. But whatever, Spain. The F1 track in Spain. All right, so we're going to lose Pinkai, we're going to lose Dan, we're going to lose Saratel. F1, we're going to lose JJ Trimmer, we're going to lose Albi. And Cameron Porter, the top time in the Aston Martin in Q2 with a 117.2, followed by IF Racing and Don Rabico also with a 117.2. The top 10 is separated by 5 tenths of a second, so this Q3 is definitely going to be competitive. In Q1, the 117 club was very, very exclusive, and it now has about 10 members. In fact, that very exclusive 117 club is no longer as desirable as it was, because I think, if I remember correctly, Pinkai's time was also 117, and that put him in P11, which meant he was kicked out. So the 116 is now the new 117. So we'll see who will be the first person to get into the 116th. And then when that person gets into the 116th, the next marker is how quickly apologies there, my headphones went bum for a minute. I think it actually has to do with the game. Sometimes it just drops out for no reason, even though it's charged. That is strange. So let's see who we have. First on track. Again, Cameron Holter. He doesn't waste any time. He's got his softs on, hoops up, strap, belt strap, and just ready to go, warming his stirrups. Get it up to temperature, so by the time he gets around and start finish straight, we're up temperature and ready to go and be able to give it full tilt around this very curvy track. So let's get on board with him and see what he is able to do. You see Tom Taylor there on the medium, so he's definitely trying to save a set of softs for the wrist, maybe. Give me 1 second, let me reset my headphones because I actually can't hear the game audio. And there goes Cameron Porter again for a spin. As he also did in Q2 in his first run. Right, let's see, we have this is Paris that we have who has a purple sector 1, but let's go on board with the first person who will cross the line who has a purple sector 2, and that is LOL Colin. Let's see what he can do. Is he going for the 116? Can he get the 116? Can he open the doors, all doors, looking up envy to get into the 116 club? Can it be done? Let's see. It's looking very, very quick. And it's a 117.2. See what Terriers can do. And it's a 117.8. Let's see what the McLaren can do. That's Tom Taylor. He's on outlap, so let's get on board with Box is going into the pits. Let's go on board with the Haas. The Haas of Bruges. Let's see what he can do. He's able to carry a fair bit of speed on the exit of that machine. So maybe this thing will actually not that great, but currently 117.8, which is the new 118. Let's see what J-Boy can do when he's on outlap. Let's see, Ferrari has his validators, so we won't go on board with that Ferrari. But Cameron Porter is up by 1/13th of a second. Sorry, by 13 seconds, so let's see what he can do. What time he's going to put in. Now this is looking very, very rapid. This actually, maybe, will it be the 116? No, it isn't. 117.4. So that puts him into P2. Let's see what this Paris in the Williams is going to pits. Is this McLaren on a hot lap or not? So it looks like they're about to start the hot lap, so we'll stay on board with the McLaren of Tom Taylor. Okay, so Dan is saying turn the game volume down. Let's see, I'm not sure how to do that, but let me try. Give me 1 second. Turn the game volume down. Game volume. Maybe if I just turn it on my headphones, that would help. Alright, let me try this and see if this works. Turn it down a tad. Yeah, not exactly sure how to turn the game volume down independently. I've turned it down for the reason they have turned it on, they have turned, but I'm not too sure how to get that done. I know I'm not a 75-year-old man. I just don't know how to get that simple thing done, I guess. Right, we have a Ferrari on track now. That's going into the pit. Box on a hot lap. It looks like it. Let's see. There's also a Mercedes ahead of him. That Mercedes on a hot lap, and that Mercedes up or down on their time by a second. So they definitely won't be improving unless they do a Max Verstappen S sector 3 Monaco lap to make up that time. A lot of box a lot of carry on the right hand there on the exit and just the left hander. Sorry. Let's see what he can do. It's very wide there, but he also was able to carry her over the correspondence. He will the Mercedes get out of his way. Could be very off-putting, but they are far ahead that it can't be reported. Oh, that was nice. Let's see. Oh, this is looking good. This is looking very good by box. Takes a lot of that turbo there on the inside. And it's a 117.3, which takes him into P2. So the fastest time currently in P3 still matches the fastest time in P1 by Cameron Poulter, which was 117.2. There's no one wants to join the 116 club. Who this we have on track? We have, oh, this is still box. We have J-Dog who's about to start his hot lap. Let's see what he can do. Take a look at the fastest sector 1 time, which is a 23 and that is done by John Rabbit. Fastest sector 3 time is a 127. That is done by Colin. We have to leave it not sure sector 2 fastest time. But let's stay on board here with Jigger and see what he can do. Gives the yellow sausage square with kiss. And that's his lap done. Let's see, we have Terrier who's on out lap. So most people are in the pits right now. We have about 8 out of the 10 guys in the pit. I'm not sure that J-Doy will have enough time to get in, change tires and get back out. And he doesn't have enough time to charge. So most likely he's going to have to go for... Well, that's a good point from him. I don't know about that. Thought he would have recharged. Maybe he doesn't have enough fuel, but his fuel light is not on. So I assume that he does have enough fuel. You can take this lap easy. Like 13% ERS on the first turn, so you don't lose a lot of time around the lap with more energy. It might have been better now with the fuel light is on, or maybe he doesn't have enough fuel and just decide that it's better to just go with what you have. At least be in a position. But that's going to be a very tough act, but we'll see how he does if he's the next closest person on track that will cross the line. Let's see at the end of chapter 2 if he's up by much. But he definitely loses a lot of time on his first portion. And he's over by 2 times, and I don't think that there's any way he's going to by having 5% energy right now. And these cars are very dependent on energy efficiency to maximize their speed, especially in the so I think, yep, that's it. That's it. You're going. All right, we have Taylor, who doesn't have the best start here. But we'll stay on board with him and see how well he does. Give me one quick second. Let me try again at this lower end of the audio. I'll have to give 10 seconds to see if there's something that I can do with this. Okay, I'll try putting the audio into the out. Let's try this and see if this works. Okay, so time is up. Let's see, that's ISS over the 117.1. Let's see who else can. Got Cameron Porter, what? 15 minute do? Nope, that's it for him. And that is IS rating for 117.1. So he came pretty close with a 1 as well. Let me take a listen to see if we are any better with the audio. Okay, and it doesn't sound that way to me, so I'll just have to go back in settings again and then just change it back to what it was before. Okay, when we were told the race was wet, we didn't know it was this wet. This is a lot of rain. And yes, Darius, I'm doing pretty good, man. I hope all is well on your end as well. So we have the guys probably just adjustments to their setups. Part Fermi, however you pronounce it, is on in this tier, so it means that whatever setup you choose for qualifying, like relief, you're locked into it for the race itself. There are a few adjustments you can make, such as tire pressure, tire temperature. You can, tire pressure. You can also change the front wing adjustment. You can raise it up or down. So most will probably raise it up to give themselves some more downforce, so they have a bit more turning in the wet. And you can also make some changes to the on throttle differential, which is neither here nor there because you can also make changes to that during the race. You can't make changes to the off throttle, however, but you can make changes to the on throttle differential as you will. Um, so let's see, we're waiting for the players and we're on the line and this is formation lap. So IF Racing leads off Scotty Roach, followed by Colin, followed by Don Robbie followed them in Simpson with Mercedes, and followed by Cameron Porter in E7, who had the top time in Q2 when we thought someone was going to break that 116, break the 116 barrier to get into break the 117 barrier to get into 116. But the closest with the top two, IF Racing and Scotty, who were able to get a 117 one. We all then followed Cameron Porter, followed the Terrace, Tom Taylor, T9, Jay Doig, Funkai, Dan, Salito, Digit, and Audi, King Lockman, and also Bosses. So let's see what we have right now. What cars are people on? Everybody's on the wet blue walled tire by Pirelli. It's interesting. Is the full race going to be wet? I have no idea. No idea whatsoever, but we'll see. Okay, IF Racing leads them around the squiggles and squirrels out of the final turn, and he goes to line up. So for those joining us now, this is CDR Racing, the 50% race, so definitely strategy involved. At the circuit de Barcelona Catalunya for 33 laps around this 4,655 kilometer circuit, and this will be about half distance obviously. So in total these drivers will be doing about 154 kilometers. So let's see how this goes, and I have no idea what start these guys are having because of this terrible camera angle, but IF Racing is still in the lead by a fair bit. Bruges has taken P2, so let's see what the position changes are. I don't see anybody off track. Well, yes, there is somebody off track. Who's that? Is that Red Bull? Yep, but they're back on track now, so let's go back with IF Racing and see what happens here. Let's see if there are any position changes. So Cameron Porter gained 5 positions within sector 1. So did Tom Taylor. Bruges remains in. Who's the biggest loser? Scotty has lost 14 positions. So Scotty has dropped, and Balls. They both have dropped 14 and 13 positions simultaneously. So that is not good for them. IF Racing is already pulling away. He's 1.5 seconds up the road away from Cameron Porter. Let's see, we have bolts all the way at the back. This guy has wing damage, and his wing is very much damaged. Let's check Scotty to see if he also has wing damage because he dropped 13 positions. All wing looks good. So, not sure if it's a mistake by him. And the Teir strategy is suggesting that you can do one stop by pitting around lap 16 to 24. As you know, the wet tires you don't have to pit, so maybe some brave person will try to take it all the way to lap 33. We'll see. Will it be a great strategy or will it be just so Cameron Porter's closed the gap to and that's a safety car already. What's that? There's a Bolts who is out. I don't see anybody. I don't think anybody's going to be pitting right now. Um, so this is going to just be another. It's going to be a long procession behind the safety car for about 3 minutes before we get to racing again. The only person, well, Box was the one with the wing damage actually, so this no longer benefits him anymore because he's dead. um, Albie looks like he has wing damage, does he? Yep, no, he does not have wing damage. He has no wing. So he'll probably dive into the pits. Let's see what your boy is looking like. The actual proper angle. Calling this the wing meter. We're checking for wings. Who has wing damage? Currently, we can confirm Albie has no wing, so he's definitely going to dive into the pits. There's no. Whoa, J-Doy has no wing, isn't it? Okay, so J-Doy is definitely going to dive into the pits. Yep. So is Albie, definitely going to dive into the pits. Yep. Will Scotty dive into the pits? Nope, he does not. He stays out. So that safety car definitely gave Albie, gave Albie retired in the pits. Or did he DNF? No, he's in the corner. So something must have happened. So we've lost Albie and Box already. For Saruto has had a change of wings, and so has J-Doy, and they're back out and trying to catch back up to the pack, being led currently by IF Racing. So we'll see what he can do once the safety car comes in. Will the safety car be in this lap, or will Burt Nylander take a stay out? Just want to look at things. He's deciding to stay out. So yeah, another lap, another procession around the track behind the safety car. So only 3 laps. So I'll do a quick check-in here on Tier 2 just to give some reference how that tier is going. And in Tier 2, same track, they're having a nice summer. They're also on the safety car, and they're also they're currently on lap 3 of 33. That's on the safety car. 3 drivers there have 23 penalties, so they're definitely not on the safety car. So yeah, I'll turn the focus back to Tier 1 here, where you guys currently are. We have 1 penalty, which is currently held by J-Doy. Let's see what that is for. And he has a drive 2 penalty, so J-Doy was not paying attention on move to safety car after being saved by the same safety car. And go to pit and change the safety car should be in. this lap. There's no reason for it to stay out another lap. But then again, this is the Code Masters. They do the impossible. I'm just going to stay on board here with racing. Let's see position changes quickly. Position changes. So IF retains his position. Cameron Porter and Tom Taylor, big winners. Christian Kincaid also big winners. So let's see. IF Racing is waiting. King Luckman. Oh, there's some penalties that just popped up there. What are those for? Let's check quickly. And a number of 5-second penalties. So clearly, you guys have been making contact under the safety car. It looks like he's gone already. IF Racing, that looks like race pace there. And he's gone, definitely gone to jump a Cameron Porter already before he even crosses the line. He would probably be 8 set of tenths. Yeah, 4 seconds ahead. Whoa. Almost 2 seconds ahead of Cameron Porter already before the first corner. Let's see. Okay, so Pinka is going side by side with Don Rabico and they make contact. Is that damage? Let's see. No damage. It looks like he gave Don Rabico the position. Maybe Don Rabico what he said. I'm not sure, but it looked pretty slow there. Let's look back to the part. We have King Luckman. IF Racing is gone. He is gone. Gone with the wind. Let me see. Some big losers under that safety car restart. A lot of guys are over second away from each other. Let me send Dan an invite. Thank you, Chloe. And how do I invite? I'm probably the worst. Oh, invites and requests. Okay. It's right there in the menus. Let's see. Go to friends. I just need to find Dan's name. There you go. And invite sent, it said. And it's another safety car. What is going on here? Let's see if Dan is backing or if he's under. Dan got a 3-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. Not sure if that's the EA or if that's actually the real Dan. Alright, so we have King Luckman is trying something different. He's on the intermediate cars. So I'm not sure if his engineer is telling him something different to the other guys. Maybe we have the other guy held up in the version Catalonia. And that's giving different, more updated weather information. But yeah, maybe he's expecting the rain to lighten up and then everybody will have to switch to intermediate. So he's going to take the turn in the early to start to stay on track. And while everybody has to pit when the changeover actually comes, then he'll just Fly on by. Ooh. Now look at I asked the question to have you safety car there. That's So we have another person who's showing the intermediate strategy, and this is JJ Trim, who's in the pits. Let's see if anybody else will bite. I mean the track. So visually, it looks like it could be either tire, to be honest. Let's see if how much spray is being kicked up. It's not like a whole lot of spray, so maybe intermediates, maybe the right call, but we'll only know that once the safety car goes in the pit and everybody scampers away and we see the delta times. The delta never lies. The delta never lies. You see if anybody else would dive in the pits to try the strategy that seems to be the alternative strategy right now, which is diving on those intermediates right now. Alrighty, let's see. He hasn't dived in. No one else is taking that risk. It seems like JJ Trim and Ken Lutman has just said to themselves that what is there to lose? Let's go for it. The straight is looking wet for sure. But there's some parts of the track that looks like visually like it could be intermediate. Okay, I'm looking to try to find a way to lower the volume, just doing some quick research. Oh, okay, I think, let's see if this works. Audio settings, master volume, let's put it at 4. Let's see if that works. Okay, let's see if we're good to go. Yeah, thanks, Colin. I just did a quick Google. When in doubt, Google. All right, let's see. Cameron Porter's not wasting time. He's stuck onto IF racing this time around. He's like, nope, you're not getting 2 seconds ahead of me by the first corner this time around. And this is looking close. It looks like they're going to be side by side. Or not. Will he take it around the outside? That's going to be very, very risky in the rain. Will he do the undercut? And it's looking good. No. Let me see. Is Dan back in AI? Or is he back? I'm not even sure. Oh, Dan is still in AI. Pretty sure I sent down invites. Let me try again. Uh, Let me try again. All right, maybe do I have to be online? Let me change my status to online and quickly invite Dan again because I'm not sure why. Uh, all right, just sent another invite. And another one, and another one just for good measure. So three invites just sent. Hopefully one of them work. Okay, so Cameron Porter has gotten ahead of IF Racing. He learned his lesson for that first safety car. Let's see, let's stay on board with IF Racing to see if he get good traction out of this final corner. And it looks like he did. Will he be able to get enough speed though on the straights, on the wet, in will he, this is, ooh, I think he decides to cut back in. CDR racing rules suggest that you must be significantly alongside, which means that the front wing slash tire must be at least about halfway on the body of the vehicle for you to be able to claim space. And that was not the case there by IF Racing, so he did the right thing and backed out of the pass, so he lives to fight another day. We have Terrier right on the back of Bruges. Bruges goes wide, Terrier keeps it close on the inside, then they go side by side. Terriers decide to take it easy and brake a little earlier, try to get better traction over the right hander, but because this corner here is not a heavy braking zone, you may not get. This is looking very, very, very slippery. And Colin is on the back of Terriers now. Pity Dan, why can you have been from another team that I'm not from? No, we won't get those points. But no worries, bud. I know you tried your best. Okay, so this seems to be the closest fight right now on track. Three-way battle between Colin, Pink Eye, and Chris. And Cameron Porter is putting in fastest lap after fastest lap, but IF Racing is close behind. So he's not letting him get on this to get out of his sight. He's just 3 tenths behind. And then we have Tom Taylor who's closing on the back of Scotty. Getting very, very close. So let's see how this battle here unfolds. Pink Eye is also closing up on the back of Colin a little further up for that battle for P5. And there's a yellow flag in sector, and that's calling us out. What happened there? Oh, he's demolished himself. Look at that. And is that another? Oh my gosh, it's another safety car. It's another safety car. I mean, to be fair, he was thrown across the track, well, beside the track. So yes, we have to go through the procession again of the safety car, going around the track at least 2 times. We'll just try one more time to see if the same way the game bugs and does the wrong thing, if it can bug and do the wrong thing, but it happens to be the right thing, which is that Dan actually gets an invite. So fingers crossed. Let's see. Invite. Okay, so Cameron Porter is into the pits. He was from the lead of the race. What is he going to put on? And he puts on intermediate tires. So the guys, King Luckman, who was on intermediate tires before, they put on wet tires. So I guess they gave up. If they stayed out a little longer than the safety car, probably would have helped a lot. Interesting though, Cameron Porter was the only person to pit for the intermediate tires, but he was in the lead. So that's very interesting. Uh, very interesting. So let's see how that unfolds. If anyone else would dive into the pits for intermediates, let's check penalties and see Don Rabico with drive-through penalty. So that's his wrist pretty much screwed unless there's another safety car at some point, which we hope not. Unfortunately, Don Rabico. We have Dan's AI with a 5-second penalty. We have also Bosso, tier 3 driver, reserving for 5-second penalty. And then we have the Terriers LMD also with a 5-second penalty. I think the Terriers is a reserve, tier 3 reserve. Well, a reserve because it's in tier 1 um, here as well. So yeah, wait, Cameron Porter is out, but he's in the pits. What is going on? Did he retire on track and his AI pitted and then left the pit? Saying not really sure what's going on. And it's still in AI mode, so his AI will probably screw up somebody's restart. Yeah, Don Rabico on the intermediates. So I'm wondering if Cameron Porter spun and hit him. Yeah, not really sure what happened there because he was in the lead and he was doing pretty good to hold IF racing off. Um, so I'm not sure if they made contact and he had to pit and decided to just go on the intermediates because IF racing is now in P9. Um, so yeah, that went from pretty promising to pretty bad in the space of no time. They were keeping pace with each other in P1 and P2. The guys behind weren't able to keep up. And just in the blink of an eye, the entire situation has changed for both drivers. But Cameron Porter's out. There's 20 more laps for IF Racing to get back to the place it started, which was P1. So we will see how things unfold and how things go for the next, well, 19 laps now in this CDR League Tier 1 race. Dan is committed to the cause. Let me see. Let me add CDR Charlie. Give me 1 second. Let me add it. I have to add as a friend first. Search for players. We admire the commitment, Dan. CDR underscore Charlie. Let's see. Found them. Add as friend. Send. So friend request sent to CDR Charlie. As soon as that comes through, I will send and then wait. Safety car should be in this lap. And me and CDR Charlie, aka Little Dan, are no friends. Let me see if we can shoot it like quickly before the safety car restarts. Let's see. Can't find CDR Charlie. We have terrorists coming up on the inside. Just give me 2 minutes, Dan, to get the action out of the way. And terrorist goes around the outside. The inside turns to the outside, and he gets the move done. Is Bruce going to give up, or is Bruce going to come back? Bruce going really, really, really wide, which probably gives Pink Eye a chance to get a lot closer than we have. Dan's AI. Then we have Saratel on the back. Okay, so let me try to invite CDR Charlie. So start, invite friends. On can't find CDR Charlie in the invite section for some reason. Yeah, not sure what's going on here. Yeah, I accepted the friend request came through, but not seeing where, not seeing the name come up in the invite and request list. We have Tom Taylor on the back of AF Racing, and he gets a lot of curves, but he's able to save it. And he has a good buffer behind him between Luckman, so you know, just needs a low time. JJ Trim is coming up behind Dan's AI, but doesn't get the AI pass. Let's see what else is looking close. Pink Eye and Bruges and Tyrus, they're still remain in their current positions. So Tyrus leads to Bruges, leads to Pink Eye, leads to Ostrobosso, leads to Chris, leads to Scotty. And we have IF Racing on the back of Scotty and Tom Taylor on the back of IF Racing. So this is a 1, 2, 3, 4 way backwards for 340 because Chris is on the back of Ostrobosso as well. And who's that goes up the inside? We have IF Racing that goes up the inside of the Red Bull Scotty. And then we have Tom Taylor, who's trying to go around the outside, but it seems like he's pushed a little wide. But he makes it stick. He makes it stick. So this is this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars that are no under second into each other. But we have J Trim. Did he just pass Saratel? Yeah, well, they're pretty close to each other. Let's see what IF Racing is going to do into turn 1. And does he have enough? Yes, he does. He does. What a pass. He won the brakes into turn 1 in the wet, takes it on the outside, and he gets the pass done. Chris now is going to try to bring it back around to IF Racing, but not the right line, not enough traction to get it done. But Tom Taylor is on the back, stuck behind Chris. So this fighting is definitely bringing everybody into contention as it's allowing the top 3 to pull away from each other. They're now almost 3 times in front of Ostrobosso. Let's see what Tom Taylor can do, and he hits the back of Chris, but luckily it's not very heavy contact. Let's see what will happen here. Who's more brave on the throttle? And it looks like Chris is more brave on the throttle as he gets a really, really good exit. And that That's a dive down the inside by Tom Taylor. No contact, but he definitely was not significantly alongside. Um, so that'll be a tough one. Not sure it's a report really, but wasn't significantly alongside. So one, two, three, four, five, six, and Tom Taylor is stuck onto the back of also now. Will he get him on the straight? Let's go on board. And yes, he passes in. And he should be able to tuck back into the braking zone and get maximum traction. We have a Ferrari in the back, King Lupton, who is thinking about the move. Pinka is on the back of Bruges. On the back of Bruges. And he backs out. But Don Rabico on the intermediates is setting really fast times now. He has the fastest lap. So it seems like he's taking the burn initially, but is now gaining a huge set of time. Let's see how he's faring from the leader, so we get a good reference point. So the leader, he's currently 26 seconds behind the leader. 26.7 seconds behind the leader, so let's see how that goes from here. Bruges side by side with Pinkai. So Pinkai is trying, but he can't get past him, but he's up the inside. Will this stick? Will this stick? And the inside turns to the outside. Can it be done? Bruges is really, really putting in the fight to defend P2. And even though they're fighting, they're still able to keep it stuck pretty much behind Teir. So this suggests to me that Teir isn't really as fast as the two behind, because their fighting is still able to keep him in check, or Teir is probably making mistakes. So within the 2 seconds. So definitely the intermediates is a Teir to be on right now. And we have Bruges goes down the inside and they touch a little bit, but it's fair racing. Maybe a little ambitious by Bruges. Probably wants to get past Terrius. Maybe he thinks Terrius is definitely slowing him down a bit too much. So he was unable to break late there because he would run in the back of Terrius. But let's see. Oh, it's chaotic. So no, IF Racing is in the dance. The fighting has brought more people to the party. So Pinkai has somehow snuck in the lead. Bruges is going to be desperate to get past Terrius here so that he doesn't get backed up. He's going to lose a lot of time having to take this tight. This left-handed so tight. IF Racing is behind. So Terrius has lost 3 positions in the space of a half a lap. Well, that's his 4 positions in the space of a half a lap. So not sure if he has damage. That is very bangy there. Not sure that's a word, but guys, it's wet. Being a bit too aggressive there, but no one spun, so I guess all is fair in love and war. So Rabico takes another 2 seconds, so I'm guessing doesn't look like he has damage. So maybe Terrius is gonna just pit for intermediates, which seems to be the Teir to be on, because Don Rabico is taking a lot of time over these guys. Basically, I think by now he's probably on their pit stop. 21 seconds. Yeah, by the time they pit, he's gonna definitely jump every single person. So yeah, he's clocking in the times for sure. So let's see, Tom Taylor is right up. I think this is going to play out well for Don Rabico for sure. He's about on the pit stop mark right now to the leaders. Well, at least in the last 45 seconds that we check. Let's see, and he's now, yeah. So he's right on the marker. Let's see what he can do. Whoa, that was some serious desync there between Tom Taylor and they made contact. Will this be a safety car? Doesn't look like it. This is playing even more and more into Don Rabico's favor. F Racing takes a wider lane into the exit of that corner, so he's going to get a better exit as Pink Eyes is very tight, but it seems that Pink Eyes is a bit more aggressive on the throttle, and even in his setup a bit more trusted setup a bit more. So even though he had not the best mid corner, he had a better exit in the end. So I think this is my first time commentating Tier 1, so I guess I'm seeing, I think I was nowhere in qualifying, but here he is in the lead, and that looks like a safety car. There's a McLaren, that's off the track, and that looks like just about the entrance to the chicane. So I'm not sure what's happened there. So, yep, yeah, another safety car. We've lost Jay Ditcham, so that is 6 guys out of this Spanish Grand Prix. We've lost Bucks, Albie, Jadoy, LOL, Colin, Cameron Porter, and JJ Chuen. So Don Rabico should still be able to make up some positions. Let's see. Second penalty, but should be able to make up some positions. These other guys definitely would have to pit if they're looking at Don Rabico's times, unless, of course, it's going to get wetter. Yep, as I expected, they definitely have to pit. Yep, because at the pace he was going at, he would have definitely caught every single one of them if they remain all wet. The safety car will definitely diminish the amount of time that Don would have been able to jump them, but we will see. He's definitely make up some positions though. That's for sure. Because his fastest time is about 2 seconds clear of everybody else. So let's see. He's currently in eighth. How many positions will he make up? He guns it. Not sure what his belt is looking like at the moment. So let's go on the outboard camera and see. It's going to be tight. He has to beat them to the safety car line, and he gets 2 positions. If it wasn't for that safety car, he would have gone P1. So that definitely screwed him. But bold strategy, and even though it's not the maximum amount of positions, it's more positions than he probably would have gone if he stayed on the wet and just did like everybody else. So yeah, Tom Taylor and Sarato, they're staying out on the wets. Um, Looks like Sarato is in AI mode, and so is Tom Taylor. Yeah, so the 2 leaders on the wet tires are currently in AI mode. We have 11 laps to go, or 10 laps to go after this one. Let's see. Let's try one more time to send Dan an invite. Well, CDR Charlie's account. Let's see if it shows up this time. And no, it's still friend request accepted, but it doesn't show up. Let's see how long the safety car is going to stay out. So, tires. We have about 4 guys on intermediates and about 4 guys on wets. Not sure why anybody stayed out on wets, unless, of course, they're hearing from their engineer that the rain is going to start getting heavier again. The clear example was Don Rabico doing 2 seconds a lap quicker than every single person that was on the wets, even the leaders. That sucks, Dan. No problem, Chloe. Thanks for the update. So we have Tom Taylor leading the procession on his 11 lap all wets, followed by Sarto on his 18 lap all wets, followed by Pink Eye with fresh intermediate tires, followed by AF Racing with wet tires, fresh ones, and Bruges with fresh wet tires. So there are a number of guys who pitted for fresh wet tires. So not sure what is going on. Of course, they're the ones on the track. They're the ones with the feel for what's going on the track. They're the ones who have their engineer in the ears, who has a direct connection to the weatherman. But clearly, it's quite clear that it's the middle of the road, and it seems like strategy A is calling some people, and strategy B is calling some others, because these guys pitted for fresh wets, which doesn't seem like the best decision to me, given, as I was saying earlier, Don Rabico's rapid times on those intermediates. But of course, they have more information than they would have and can make more informed decisions on their own strategies. So the safety car is in this lap. Is Tom Taylor back in control of his car? Nope, he isn't. Is Sarto back in control of his car? Nope, he isn't. Does that mean that they need invites? I'm not sure. They're not on my friend list. Yeah, it looks like they're in AI mode. I think I have to wait because even though they're he definitely can't pass them. Yeah, definitely can't pass them. Pink is closely followed by IF Racing. Will IF Racing get him into turn one? He's pushing him and he's trying to give him no space, but IF Racing has gotten it done. Pink is unable to do the switchback. IF Racing is on the wets, so it seems like the tires are pretty even, but let's see if he's able to pull away. And then we'll know who made the right decision. Team intermediates or team wet tires. Yeah, it looks like Tom Taylor's in AI mode. Saratel is in AI mode. Dan is in AI mode, as we would know. But we're gonna check out this battle here at the front. Pinkai has dropped to P4, so it doesn't seem like the and Don Rabico has dropped back to P8. So it seems that the track is starting to get back a little wet, and those intermediate tires may not be the faster tire anymore. Scotty is gaining rapidly on Pinkai as well, so Pinkai is going to start to drop down the order, having gone from leading down to P4 in the matter of one lap. And it's looking like P5. So we stay on board with Scotty and see how the traction is looking. It's not looking a whole lot better, but he's definitely gaining. So maybe let's see. I think it's a little squirrely. Let's see how this plays out. It was pretty wide. Scotty trying to go up the inside, and he gets better traction. Can he take it around the outside? It's going to be very tight because you rush wide either way, even without the car there. This is not the place to go too wide. Okay, so Scotty backs out. Lifts the foot another there, gets better traction on the exit. And he takes a better line than Pinkai. Let's see, is it drag? So the marker doesn't get significantly alongside, and he backs out. So this is good racing. It is racing that considers the rules of the CDR Racing League. So definitely you can see the guys keeping that top of mind. And we have two guys going side by side. That is Terrorist and Scotty. Where did Scotty come from? Where did Terrorist come from? He came from nowhere. But he made the pass. It looked pretty clean. And IF Racing now has the fastest lap with on the wet tires. So the wet tires seem to be faster tire. Let's somehow Terriers on the intermediate Terriers got past Scotty. Let's see what King Lupton is going to do here. No, that Terriers, Scotty has made that mistake. And they're going side by side. Who has the most grip? They're on the same tire, and it looks like the winner is King Lutman by a margin. Really good racing by those two guys to keep it that close and keep it clean throughout the entirety of that corner. Very long one at that. Okay, so we got some guys bunching. It seems like Pink Eye has. I'm not sure who took a pass there. Oh, but see that Terrius got past Pink Eye. And they're both on the same intermediate tires. King Luckman and Scotty got past Tom Taylor there. And Tom Taylor is on the wet tires. Oh, okay, no, Tom Taylor is in AI mode, so that doesn't really count per se. Position will count, however. Alright, so let's see. What's the closest battle going on? We got Don Rabico on the back of Scotty. 14 lap all intermediates against 5 lap all wets. Who will come out the winner here in this battle? By lots of things, it looks like Scotty will live to fight another corner, but will he live to fight another day as Don Rabico is stuck on behind him, as they say in Barbados, like white on rice. I think that's what they say. And this says, looking, is someone going to spin? I know Don Rabico pulls up the inside, returns to the outside, and there's contact. It is wet, guys. Just take it easy. Scotty is now dropped to P7 from P6, and then that brings also Muscle into play. So the fighting is definitely bunching up the pack. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4-way battle for P5 currently. The others are pretty decently spaced out. IF Racing has checked out into the lead in P1 on his 5 lap all wets, followed by Bruges in P2, also on 5 lap all tires. But Bruges seems to be eating in to the lead, but not by a lot. So we keep an eye on that. It's currently 2.1 times, so we keep an eye on that. But let's look at the battle with Don Rabico on the back of King Luckman. Again, the 14 lap old intermediate tires versus the 5 lap old wet tires. Who will come out on top as they have Scotty and also right up behind them, just looking to jump if any mistake is made. So it seems like King Luckman has a pretty lower downforce car, which gives him a lot more speed. Yeah, it seems like he's faster on the straights for sure. Yeah, it seems like Don is right up in the corners, so Don is probably carrying a higher downforce car. Sticking with him on the corners, but on the straights, it doesn't seem like he has enough top speed to make it work. So he definitely has to get past him in one of these situations. So yeah, he's got to go for it. I know this is not the place to pass, but he has no choice but to go for it because he cannot get King Luckman on the straights. So he's gonna try to stay ahead of him here and make sure he gets a great exit on the final corner, so that King Luckman's top speed is negligent if he gets a really good exit. So yeah, Bruges has now dropped about 6 times off of the time he had to IF Racing. So yeah, Scotty is very close behind King Luckman as well. Let's say really close. Let's see how this goes. Who gets the better exit? Currently they're even, but it seems like look at that top speed from King Luckman. They were equal on the exit, but King Luckman just started to pull away. So I think that was great, a great decision by Don Rabico to just say to himself, let me get it done here, because we cannot get him on the straights with that very rapid Ferrari on the straights. But now look at this. So I think Scotty's in a similar situation. He's going to have to go for it at the first sight of an opportunity. If not, Don Rabico is going to start to pull away. He's already 2.5 times up the road from King Luckman. part because he has clean air, but also part because these two are battling. So Scotty has to get it done at some point because he can't get it done on the straights with that speed that King Lutman is carrying in that Ferrari. So yeah, but he first has to keep it on track. So yeah, there's no one else on track that is as close as these two guys. So equal tires battling, equal age, equal compound, two very clearly different setups. Don looking like he's carrying, sorry, Scotty looking like he's carrying more high down force than Luckman. So really good in the corners. Luckman not giving an inch on the straights. Let's see how this turns out. We got also Bosher up behind him as well, so he's joining the party. So let's go from Osso's on board and see what happens. So he's watching on, and it looks like Scotty got a good exit, but again, look at that. King Luckman is able to maintain um, that that uh, that distance he has, but Scotty can get really close in the corners because he has higher downforce, but it's very difficult to make a pass in these situations. But he's got to stick it. He's got to do it. He's got to hold it. Yep. He has to make it done. He has to stick it. If not, he's not going to get past King Luckman. And he definitely won't get Don Rabico. Let's go on the outboard. King Luckman is not giving up. He is fighting. Can Don keep it around the outside with this higher downforce car? Yep, he gets the traction needed. So that's it. He can now see if he can get after Don Rabico, who is now 5 seconds up the road. Unless the intermediate tires drop off massively, I'm not sure that he's going to be able to pull the back. It's currently 5.3 times. We'll see how that goes. Next closest battle is also Bosso up behind King Luckman. Let's see how this goes. Which setup is going to be the one to win this battle for P7? Both Tier 3 drivers. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, it doesn't seem like Scotty's gaining with those wet tires on Don Rabico in P5. Lost about 7 points already in the last two sectors. King Luckman is definitely pulling away. We have a pass. Well, that's an AI involved there, so I'm not sure. Yeah, closest battle. Actually, Terrace is gaining on Bruges. Bruges is definitely not making any inroads on IFR, but Terrace is definitely gaining on Bruges. So let's go and check this out. Also, Bosso is gaining on King Luckman. Let's see how this goes. So again, on the corners, it's very challenging for King Luckman to make it work. Seems like he has really lower downforce for sure than the other guys because it's the same scenario with most of the guys that's tracking him down. Very hard for them to get him on the strips, but they get very close in the corners. We have Terriers closing quickly on Bruges. So let's see how this unfolds. It's a matter of who gets the better exit. Bruges' exit doesn't look that great, but I still think he had enough lead on 5 times ahead of him to get back on throttle as quickly as he could and hold it. And it seems like Terriers, Terriers has a little higher downforce than Bruges as well, but not by a huge amount, but by enough for Bruges to be able to maintain that lead. So there's the higher downforce working for Terriers, as he's able to keep it much tighter, shortening the distance that he's traveling, and he's able to do it here again. So the same situation with King Luckman. It seems like Bruges is running a lower downforce setup, so he's faster on the straights, but slower through the corners, especially on the wet, the wet race. So again, we have the battle of the compounds. We have Terriers on 9-lap old intermediate tires, trying to get past Bruges on 10-lap old wet tires. Who will come out victorious? If I have to answer from here, probably Bruges, at least for this next lap. But maybe if Tyrus can keep it close and wait for him to get a little bit, Bruges, if Tyrus can keep it close and wait for Bruges to make a slight mistake, then there may be something on the horizon that he can get past him. Let's see what happens here. Rinsing his ERS, and Bruges is managing his ERS a lot better. We have AF Racing who's also managing his pretty well. Just against air, Chris is actually driving his vehicle. Let's see what Bossa does here. 5.5 tenths, and he's gaining, but not by a huge margin, not by anything to make a dent. So we jump back on board with Tyrus, who's trying to go up the inside, which will turn into the outside, but he has to back up because he's not significantly alongside. He's faster through the corners, but he can't barge his way through. So Bruce definitely parked the bus in the middle of the track. So there was nothing that Tyrus could do, but he's definitely keeping it consistent and applying the pressure on Bruce for sure. And even with them battling, it's not like Bruce is losing a huge set of time on IFR racing ahead since it's about three seconds. It seems like the tires are doing similar times. Let's check the overall last lap times. So the top 5 last lap times was in the 131, so between 131.3 and 131.6. And that's the end of the race. That time flew by so quickly. Let's see if Otto's going to get Luckman. Let's see. He has to get a really good exit. He has to risk it all. And Luckman, nope, it's going to finish P7, also finishing P8. So to run you down the order and finishing positions. So player 3, who is player 3? Who has the fastest lap of a 137? Let's see when the names come up. What will happen there? Alrighty. So we have the Terriers with the fastest lap of a 137 coming third. But the winner is IF Racing 77. We have Bruges 94 in P2. As I said, Terrace in P3, followed by Pinkai in P4, who was pretty close to Terrace, but again, close to getting the fastest lap from Terrace, just uh, at 100th off the fastest lap, followed by Don Rabico, who was 1/10 off the fastest lap, followed by Scotty Luckman, also Chris, Tom Taylor, and the AI of, well, actually, AI of Tom Taylor, CDR Fandangle, and Saratel F1. So that is the race. So congrats to IF Racing for winning the Spanish Grand Prix CDR Racing League 50% Tier 1. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in and have a good one.